Buddy, Grady Polcyn here, Family First Life America. Excited to have my man, Jay Maska. Is that right?
Yeah, Maska.
Maska. He lives in Nebraska. Well, let me say this. He was born in Chandler, Arizona, where I live. He currently lives in Nebraska, but is on a travel trip in South Carolina. So he's a man of many places. But he's also a tremendous producer, newish to FFL, but coming out the gate swinging. I really wanted to get him on here for everyone to hear his drive, determination, and what he's doing here at FFL. So how are we doing today, Jay?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing awesome, man. I need everyone to know, and not that it matters, but it shows your determination at such a young age. How old are you?
I'm 20. I started the industry when I was 19.
Started the industry in 19. So you've been in the industry for a year. And then how much did you write this week?
So last week it was 14,000, but I was counting Monday through Sunday, and it was 20,000. Because at my old company it was Monday through Sunday, so I didn't find out till last week that it's like every Wednesday, I guess. So I did 10,000 from Monday to Sunday. So I didn't really know.
You just keep protecting families. We'll worry about all the numbers. I promise you that, man. I love it.
Yeah, I've only been in contract. I've only been contracted to FFL for about 2 months now.
I love it. So, well, let me pass it over to you. I'd love for you to kind of tell a bit of your story and how you found your way to insurance and how you found your way to us and what you're working on now. And then we'll jump into some training.
Yeah, of course. So, grew up in in Nebraska. Right out of high school, I was gonna go play college sports, and then I had some personal issues that happened with my dad, and then I tore my labrum. So I ended up dropping out of college. I was going in to be a lawyer. I was in pre-law for a little bit, dropped out, and then I had no clue what I wanted to do. I was living in my buddy's attic. I had like $50 to my name. I found the financial industry, and you know what? I had nothing to lose. I only had $50. So I went all in. Completely changed my life. So I started at my old company. I believe that was the same company that Casey was at. I started there, kind of changed everything. I thought it was really cool. Kind of fell out of that company, and then I got in contact with Nina and Hayden, and then I'm at FFL. So it was kind of crazy how everything panned out. But I was a top producer, a rookie producer at my old company, so I knew a little bit. I knew quite a bit about insurance because I did a lot of studying. So I'm usually up around like 3:30, 4 a.m. in the morning. I go to the gym, and then I'll do affirmations. I'll listen to John Maxwell, Nick Saban, or even like Grant Cardone, some sales. And then, yeah, that's how I kind of got started with Family First, or that's how I started the insurance industry. Then I kind of came over to Family First.
It's awesome. I mean, to get up that early and to be that disciplined and driven is something that anyone could have set goals to attain those sort of disciplines.
It took me a month and a half to even make any money. So I just had nothing to lose. I was telling my buddies back home, I'm like, guys, I'm making like $2,000 a week, but I wasn't making anything. But now I had to keep doing it I had to make $2,000 a week now because I couldn't go back home with nothing. So I kept working my butt off.
I like that, man. So, so you find us, you're coming out the gate swinging. So what kind of leads are you running?
I only run 3-month leads and live transfers.
Well, how much do 3-month leads cost, just for those listening?
They only cost $3.
Oh, repeat for me. 3-month leads, and or the other ones?
I do live transfers and 3-month leads. So on my dial days, I have my live transfers on. I try to do about $3,000 on my dial days, and then I have like 8 appointments set for the next day, and I just do that every week. Well, I've been all in for about 2 weeks now. Like I did it part-time. I did FFL part-time for a little bit. So my first month I did like 20,000. I would make like $4,000 on a Tuesday. Then I'd take the rest of the week and go golf. And then I watched a podcast. Nina was on a podcast with Sean and Mike, and she kind of started FFL part-time and kind of did what I did. And then she went all in, and she said it changed her life. So I was like, you know what? It was Sunday. So that Monday, I was like, all right, that Sunday I bought leads. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go all in. Turned on my live transfers, set appointments. And I think I made like 8 or 9 grand in like 2 days. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I might as well just keep going. So I just kept going. And then my roommate and I, he does it too. His name is Nate Serrano. We decided to just go on all in, and now we're just going to run the East Coast and do live transfers.
Just might as well keep going. Made 9 grand. Might as well just keep going. What does your schedule look like? Like, what is a traditional? So now today, what's a current week for you? Like, just give us day by day, or how do you break it apart?
So I'll try to wake up around 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then I'll hit the gym. I'll come back home. I'll do affirmations. I write everything down. I have the date and everything. I do affirmations, and then I'll listen to like John Maxwell and like Grant Cardone, and then I'll either take like a 30-minute nap, start dialing, turn on my live transfers, and that's my normal day. I don't get done till about 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then I try to hang out sometimes. Sometimes I just go to bed, but that's my normal days. And then I look around on the CRM for leads that I could possibly buy.
Okay, but so you're running every day? Are you running,
Yeah.
or do you do a Monday, Thursday, 2-day run day switch like the company, or what is it every
Uh,
day?
it's every day. So like I'll do live transfers and then appointments. So I'll book appointments for the next day. And then next day I'll do live transfers, appointments for the next day. And then the next, I just keep going. My routine's just going to keep going. Like I'm only 20 years old. So if I just sacrifice like 2 years of my life today, I can go party on a yacht when I'm 23, 24.
I would agree. That is definitely possible. The big thing though, just some advice for a second is while you're doing it, look, just manage your profitability. So you save some money as you keep going. Like that's the thing. People will go, I wrote 20 grand. I'm going to spend 10 grand this week on leads just so I can make it real easy on myself. When still there was still money, one left in the leads you had, but also just being more efficient with your leads. So just watch your profitability. But as Mark Mead would always talk, he's like, I would just focus on filling up the bank account as fast as possible. Fill up your bank account, have money. Then you have a business bank account. You park some over the savings, but then you have a rotating business bank account that you're always spending your current budget on leads, and your goal is to get that filled up as fast as possible. Save money for taxes, right? Because you've got to pay the man. And then you have your traditional savings. And that's how you can really discipline and put yourself in a position where you've got 6 figures, 7 figures saved up while you're out there running, working your face off. So good work, man. So
yeah, I spend about $1,200, $1,500 a week on leads. The big thing that Casey harped on was referrals, and that's what I love running is just referrals. In my opinion, if you're in sales and you don't collect referrals, you're bad at sales. Like you could do 100K a week, and if you don't collect referrals, I genuinely think you're just not good at sales.
well, teach us how to collect referrals if you could.
Yeah.
How do you collect referrals?
So after I submit the application and they're serious about buying, I say, okay, so today we protected your family if anything were to happen to you financially, so they don't have to struggle emotionally and financially. Now, if somebody were to pass away in your family, whose funeral and final expenses would you be taking care, or that you would have to take care of? So let's make sure you don't have to come out of pocket, just like we made sure your family didn't have to come out of pocket. Now, do you have any brothers or sisters or mother, grandpa, dad that you might have to take care of their funeral final expenses when that time does come? And they're like, you know what, Jay, that's a matter of fact. And like Casey said, I build a lot of rapport. I'm their friend. Like there's a lot of people that say just get the sale and get done and get out of there. I'm not a believer of that. I try to make the client my friend. So for now on, he won't be looking for quotes on the internet anymore. He's just going to go to me if he needs anything. But yeah, referrals, that's what I usually do. I just say, God forbid something were to happen to somebody in your family whose funeral would you have to take care of? And then that plants a seed in their head. Well, I don't want to come out of pocket. Just like my family, I didn't want my family to come out of pocket. So they usually just give me a list willingly.
That's awesome. That's great. So, all right, we got leads here. You're running current budget. You said is what, 700, 1,200 a week? Did I catch that?
Yeah, I spend like 1,200, 1,500 a week on leads.
1,500, and then that allows you to have enough leads to call. Now, what do you use? Phone burner? What do you use to dial?
Yeah, so I use a phone burner to dial, and I love phone burner. At my old company, it was just like manually, so that was terrible. But yeah, phone burner's been it's definitely one thing to invest in right away. It's $100 a month. It's nothing too crazy, but it's 100% completely changed everything for me.
That's awesome. Okay, so you got that. Now you're setting up booking appointments. I would love it. I mean, we've got a lot of phone script training there, which is awesome. But in order for you to put up the numbers you're putting out, you've got to be pretty good at presenting the product and business, finding the pain, et cetera. I would love if you kind of just flow and take us through how you present the business. You call up a leads. Are you doing one call sales, live transfers? You're clearly selling right then and there. You're not going to their house. What is a Jay Maska presentation look and sound like?
Yeah, so I'll do a live transfer script because it's like 10 seconds. But so they call me. I'm just like, hey, I'm assuming you're looking for quotes. They tell me, yeah. And I tell them, because in EverQuote, you get like 2 minutes of free time to figure out whether they want to get insurance or not. But I tell them, so you're looking to get quotes. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to be completely transparent with you. I'm a life insurance broker, so I have access to a lot of life insurance companies. So I'm gonna be able to get you a product that's going to provide a lot of value for you, but as well as be affordable for you. But I work with about 40 families a week. So I want to make sure you're serious about getting a quote and serious about getting approved, because a quote isn't going to protect your family. Life insurance is. So are you serious about getting approved and get a quote? And then they're like, yeah, I'm serious about getting approved, or I'm serious about getting a quote. And if they're just serious about getting a quote, I'm like, I'll be honest with you. I can just pass you on to somebody else. They'll be able to get you a quote. And then that's like my live transfer script. And then I ask some medical questions.
They go, whoa, hold on. I mean, I'm actually like, do you get them?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, I just had one like 2 hours ago.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, live transfers has completely changed the game. I was talking to Josh like 2 months ago. I was like, hey man, I need to figure out virtual somehow. And then live transfers came in, and live transfers have completely changed everything.
How many states do you have?
I have like 13 or 14, but I have my bid pretty up. It's like $70, but I have it at like 95.
Good. I mean, dude, it's an appointment. You're buying appointments. So it's just people
Yeah.
go, what, this or that,
And
or
then, and then my in-home presentation is a lot different. So in-homes are a little bit tricky because you got people, you show up to their house and they're like, oh, I'm busy, I don't want to do it. And those are the people that actually want to buy insurance. So I listened to, I think it was Paul McLean. He's literally like the version of me. I like it. He will not leave. Like they will have to kick him out of his house in order for him to leave. That's exactly how I am. Like if they tell me they're too busy, I'm like, man, it's 2 o'clock. You probably go to bed around 9 o'clock. That's 7 hours. I just need 15 minutes out of 7 hours. And they're just like, and then they're just like, okay, whatever. They get in and then I sell them and I'm in the house for about an hour and then I leave with 3 referrals. So my in-home, I just tell them straight up, I'm just like, all right, I'm here to do one thing and I'm here to do 2 things. I'm here to get you something that's going to be affordable for you. And then I'm here to get you something that's going to provide enough value. Now, I don't beat around the bush. So I'm just going to get straight to the point. Stop me if I'm going too fast. But I also build a lot of rapport in between as well.
No, I want to hear your words. You're the words that you've developed over your career. So however you present it, keep going.
Yeah, that's basically it. I just ask a medical. My presentations are about 20 to 30 minutes long, and then it's just building rapport. Like the building rapport starts with the appointment. I'm really upbeat and friendly about the appointment. I'm just like, all right. So at the end of my appointment, after I solidify, I'm like, all right, Grady, don't ditch me like my prom date, man. And then they just start laughing, and then they remember me, and then I show up to their house, and I'm like, all right,
I need to hear the rest of that. So let's do your phone script then. Let's do a 3-month mortgage, a 3-month phone script, the $3 leads you're talking about, because those are everyone.
Okay, yeah. So I'm like, hey Larry, and he's either like, who the heck is this, or hey, I'm like, hey Larry, I don't mean to bug you around 2 o'clock, man. I'm sure you're probably having lunch or something, but this is Jay. I'm a licensed insurance broker with the state of South Carolina. I know you've probably been getting bombarded with calls, which is probably annoying, but I just need about 5 to 10 minutes of your time. So normally you just come in the office and get this taken care of, but it's being renovated right now. So they have me going out to your house and getting this taken care of. So I need about 15 minutes, man. Are you working a 9 to 5? Are you currently retired? And then, oh, I work a 9 to 5. Are you a morning person or afternoon? Okay, perfect, man. So I'm going to have you down for 6 o'clock. Now, if you could grab a pen and piece of paper, write down my information and why I'm going to be there, that'd be great.
You got to come to the house?
Yeah. Are you rebuttaling me?
Yes.
Yes, I might have to come to the house, man. I wish I could just do it over the phone a little bit easier, but I'm a little bit old school. Now, we just got to make sure it's you and you're not 700 pounds bedridden with on oxygen. All right, man. So I'm gonna be stopping by your house now. Are you working a 9 to 5? Or are you currently retired?
I'm retired.
Okay, perfect, man. I'm in the morning person. My dad's 82 years old, so I'm assuming you like mornings, correct?
Mornings are fine.
All right, perfect. I'll show up about, let's say 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. You want me to bring you a cup of coffee?
What was this for again?
This is regarding the life insurance request you either mailed in or you filled out on the internet. It's going to take about 15 minutes. So I'm going to show up at your house about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. If you could grab a pen and a piece of paper for me, I'm going to have you write down my information and then I'll swing by.
I just got life insurance about a month ago.
Oh, no problem, man. That makes my job a lot easier. So I'm assuming you said you got a couple months ago. So I'm assuming, do you know what insurance company you got that with? Okay, like I said, I'm a licensed insurance broker. I want to make sure you're not overpaying for life insurance. So I'm going to stop by and I guarantee you, man, I'm going to be able to get you a cheaper quote or see if you're overpaying for life insurance. So are you working? So at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to have you write down my name and my info.
Okay. Do you use confirmation code?
No, I do not. I probably should though, but I do not.
State license number, anything like that?
When I get to the house, I give it to him.
Okay. I love it, dude. It's great. Strong, quick, passionate. That's, that's the thing. Clients are looking for control. They're looking for someone who knows what they're doing. They're looking for someone who's educated about what they're talking about. And how many times have you dialed the phone? Would you say ballpark? Just
how many times have I dialed the phone?
Yes. Or how many calls have you made that have had a conversation like that?
Oh God, so if I talked to about 20 people, I probably book about 12 to 15 people.
That's awesome. So, but what I'm saying though, for the new agents that are out there watching, Jay's polished. Why is he polished? Because he's been here longer than you. He's been more times.
Oh yeah, it takes a lot of calls. So like it takes a lot of calls. Like I listen to Nick Saban. The one thing that when it took me a month and a half to make money, it shouldn't take somebody that long. So when I was listening to Nick Saban, and when I wasn't making money for a month and a half, I was just negative. I was like, poor me. Like, why am I not making money? Why am I not? Like, I don't want to wake up in the morning. This is terrible. And then I listened to Nick Saban. I actually have the quote pulled up. He said, every time things don't go somebody's way, they always think to themselves, poor me, like, poor, I'm tired. Poor me, I don't feel like doing this. There can be poor me's, but you have to be positive about the way you go about. the habits you need to create to accomplish the goals that you have. You commit to being positive every day, you'll make the choices to do the right things, to be your best and to care about others. And those are the things that are very important. So I live by that every day, just being positive. I remember when I first started at FFL, everybody was telling me how much they made. And at my old company, they promised me a lot. So like, I just didn't listen to them. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm glad that you made that much money. I'm sure that you're probably lying. And then, which they're not, it was just crazy. But my buddy and I, Nate Serrano, we were running in-homes in Missouri and we got no-showed all morning. And I was like, dude, this is terrible. And then I was like, dude, why are we listened to a Sean My podcast 30 minutes after we were being negative. And Sean was talking about being positive. I was like, all right, man. So next time somebody's negative, we're going to punch one another. All right. That night we sold $4,000. Next day, our morning, same thing, no-showed. That night again, we sold $4,000. So we did $8,000 in a day or 2 days.
That's awesome, Jay. So you've developed something over time, and that's the message for new agents.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
Take 100%. Time, but is it worth it? Are you enjoying the money you're making?
Yeah, it's all right. I like it.
You said you got a goal coming up here in the next month or two. What's your month? You have a big monthly goal. What's your production goal?
Yeah, my goal this November or December is to do $100,000 in a month. But next year, I'm trying to have an agency. So I'm trying to do, by the end of 2022, I'm trying to do $3 million a month as an agency. And then 2023, I'm trying to do $10 million a month as an agency.
Bro, records are made to be broken, my man. And you're driven, you're working hard. You get up at 3:30. That's earlier than Sean. And Sean gets up early. He gets up at 4. So you get up at 3:30. You're getting ahead of everybody. So Jay, you're a tremendous attitude, rock star driven, and I'm excited to cheer you on. Hayden and Nina are amazing leaders to learn from and listen to, but you're going to be one of your own, and people are going to start quoting Jay down the road here. So appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, I appreciate your time, guys. I appreciate you guys having me on.
All right, man. Have a great day. Thank you. All right, everybody.
Yes, sir, you too.
Tremendous day. Good call. We're looking at 11 days till the biggest event of the year, biggest event the company's put on outside of a national convention. And so do all you can to get people there, get yourself there, and look forward to seeing people at that event. Make it a great day. Bye for now.